After you diagnose a problem, you take a deep breath, you can take a golf ball, throw it behind you, and step forward.
What's up, guys? Welcome, Coach Will.
What's up?
So he's a registered sports psychologist for me and my players. So all of us that are not right in the head, he's the man that we call. But truthfully, he's worked with a lot of my junior golfers that are playing competitive. We've done a lot of cool stuff. He helps me as well. I'm trying to play competitively. But we're out here today, and we're going to talk about some what to do's on the golf course. So without further ado, let's get to work and tap into the brain cells. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Talk to me. What do we got to do when we're on the golf course and we're playing?
So we're on 17 at Indian Hills. It's par 5. So the first thing you want to do is before any golf course that you're going out to play, especially in a high-level competition, you want to come in with a plan for every hole. You want to understand what that plan is, so you can, when you step up to the hole, you feel very comfortable with what your plan is, and so you can adapt it in case weather impacts it, wind, different things that can impact your strategy with the hole. But you want to have that plan set in place, so when you step up on the tee box, you can commit to that plan and then start your routine.
All right, Coach Matt, what's the plan for 17?
So 17, especially on the day today, it's wet, it's into the wind. Not going to be getting there in 2 today. So already thinking 3-shot hole. But there's out of bounds right, a lot of room left, and it's almost like double fairway-ish. But the plan is, put the ball down into the fairway out of the gate. Got a target that I want to hit it at, and then from there we'll just kind of assess a layup strategy. Because like I said, I doubt I can get there on a good day when it's dry. It's a 3-wood. So today, wet into the wind, not really expecting to go for a scenario. So figure out a layup yardage and pull them close for a birdie opportunity.
Perfect. I love it. You have a plan and you're ready to adapt it. So let's go into the routine before your shot. What's your pre-shot routine?
So pre-shot routine for me, it's kind of a multi-step process, but the goal is to first acquire target. So I want to pick where I want the ball to go, visualize what's going to happen. Next step for me is to get my practice swing under my belt, get a practice rep under, make sure it feels good, looks good, take a breath, and then I start to walk in to execute, right? So it's see the target, practice swing to the target, breathe, execute, and I'm off to the races. Let's go.
Love it. Let's do it.
Play. All right, Will, rate my routine on that execution. Here I am in the fairway, by the way, which
Always important, right?
Yeah, worked.
It's always better when you're in the fairway. So, no, the routine was great because you had 4 distinct steps in your routine. And so every time that you have a pre-shot routine, whether it's on the tee box, the fairway, or the green, you want to make sure that you have 3 to 5 distinct steps that you do every time.
All right, so we're on our second shot, middle of the fairway. Or in the fairway. What is the most effective shot right now?
So it's 275 into the wind, and haven't been working out the last week, so that's not happening. But it's about a 180 layup prior to the pond that kind of crosses the fairway. A little bit of wind in the face. So I got a 6-iron. I'm going to hit a control flighted 6 that will stay underneath the wind. Stays in the fairway, should give me about 100-ish number left. The pin's in the middle, so when I'm at this point, I'm also trying to discern, where the flag's at to help kind of position my way into the green. If I can be a little bit left of the fairway to get a better angle into that flag stick, that's premium. So I want to aim kind of in the middle. Usually I pull draw these shots, so aim down the center, let it go a little left, and that should give me a great angle in for my third, because I'm always trying to give myself the best approach into the green.
Excellent. So I like that because what you did is you started with your plan on this hole, adapted to the elements so you can understand exactly, again, what the most effective shot is strategically to allow you to still be strategically or tactically aggressive on this hole.
Love it.
right, so we're now at our third shot on the par 5.
Yep.
So where are we at right now, Coach?
So 120. I didn't hit it super awesome off the uphill lie. Didn't really do what I wanted. So I'm in the right side of the fairway, 120 yards into the wind over a bunker, and yeah, so that's kind of the scenario we got at the moment.
Okay, so 120. What kind of number is that? Good, bad, in between?
It's a tweener number even on a good day without the wind and wetness. So definitely a weird number now that I got to contend with good 5 to 10 mile an hour wind in my face and to cover a bunker. So it's kind of a tweener yardage. Definitely not going to hit a full shot here. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, and I think with those in-between shots, it's important to go through and understand, considering the elements, what you have, what you're dealing with, because we're still going into the wind, like you said, it's a wet day. And so how do you decipher between, say, if it's two shots, how do you commit to those?
Sure, so I'll look at the surrounding environment, right? So in here we got a bunker short, I have an upslope green surface where it goes from front to back, wind's in my face, and it's really kind of hard to go long in this scenario, right? So in my mind, I'm already thinking of clubbing up. So normally a 120 shot would be a little off of a gap wedge. So then with the wind and the wetness, I've actually gone up to 9-iron. I'm going to hit like a softer 9-iron, 3/4 if you will, to keep it under the wind with low spin. Because again, if I have a lot of spin with these wet greens at the end of the wind, it's going to rip down that slope with the wedge, I'm afraid. So in order to keep it close, we're trying to knock something off spin-wise.
Okay, yeah, I like that. And then, because mentally, when you're preparing for a shot that's an in-between number, a lot of golfers tend to want to go with what they want to do.
Right.
So at 120, in perfect conditions, most golfers want to hit a certain type of shot.
Right.
Well,
so like a perfect shot with a 9-iron is 155. So
right.
I'm playing a 35-yard more club for a shot that's probably not 135 yards extra, but in my mind, I know I can reduce the spin rate and control the trajectory better with this shot.
Right. And so, yeah, the mental strategy there is, again, you're starting with the plan, and then you're working your way down from the perfect conditions of this is what I know I can do, and that confidence, and going, okay, hey, how can I confidently make the decisions that's going to result in the shot that I want? So working down to get that. So let's get after it now.
I hit it so good, and it's about 5 yards past where it needed to go. I'll take it. I hit it so good, and it's about 5 yards past where it needed to go. I'll take it.
All right, so we're on the green after our third shot, and Coach Matt, you said something to me right after that shot, which was, it was 5 yards too long. Right. So talk to me about that.
Well, I mean, I hit the shot solid. There's no question about that. But as soon as it got off in the end of the air, I kind of knew the wind wasn't strong enough to kill it like I thought it would. But I know the lesser of the two evils is having a putt on the putting surface than trying to get up and down short out of the bunker. And truthfully, I thought the slope would kind of help bring it back. I missed the slope a little bit off to the left.
Mm-hmm.
If I had been a little bit more right of the pin or at the pin, the ball would have come down the hill. It might have been a better shot. So now I got a little tricky putt from above the hole, but luckily for me, downhill putts are pretty easy because it makes the ball go through the hole for you.
There you go. Yeah, so misses are going to happen on the golf course, right? And so one of the strategies that I think is helpful with mentally is trying to, starting with the idea of acknowledging it, saying, hey, that was a bad shot, or it wasn't an ideal shot. You want to acknowledge it so you can work on moving forward so you can get prepared for your putt.
Well, I would challenge that too. Like I had made a bad data call on that one. I executed well. Like I hit the shot how I thought I'd hit it, where I thought I'd hit it, on the line I wanted to hit it on. It went too far because I overvalued the wind. And I think if I'd have been a little bit more conservative in my wind estimate, I probably could have done the same shot with pitch and wedge. I'd probably be just under the hole instead of over the hole. So probably more of a bad data collection, but I was more afraid with the wind gusting. It gusted me into the bunker, so I went with the lesser of two evils, knowing that I could get 9-iron past the flagstick.
Perfect.
Misses are going to happen every so often on the golf course. So when that happens, we have a 3-step mental strategy that can help us get ready to move forward from that. First one is acknowledge. You want to go ahead and admit, hey, wasn't a great shot, or didn't have the right data plan going into it, right? And you want to acknowledge that happened. Next thing you want to do is diagnose. What was it? What caused it to go wrong? Did we misplay the wind? Did we just catch the hill at the wrong point in time? Come up with a diagnosis of what happened there. The last thing you want to do is refocus. Simplest way to do that is after you diagnose a problem, you take a deep breath. You can take a golf ball, throw it behind you, and step forward, because you're moving forward to get ready for whatever the next shot is going to be. So acknowledge, diagnose, and refocus.
Now, for your pre-putt routine, is there anything different from your pre-shot routine when you're on the tee box fairway to what you do on the green?
The only thing that's different is where I do my practice strokes. I'm beside the ball, not behind the ball, right? Because for me, that 6 feet here visually is going to be different than if I'm standing next to it at the distance I'm trying to hit the putt. So that's the only difference. I'm still data collecting, seeing the line, breathing, executing, right? So, the practice swings are in there towards the end. So I guess that order there is a little different, where I'll practice stroke, set putter behind the ball, visualize the line coming in, a breath of exhale before I knock the putt in. So this putt is extremely tricky. It's a big swinging putt. So the goal right now in my mind is tap in. If it goes in, great. But I definitely want an easy bird or easy par in this scenario. If we make a birdie, awesome.
Excellent. Yeah, and if your pre-putt routine is different because the steps need to be a little bit different and you're gauging different data entry, it can be different. Just making it distinct, specific steps that you do every time becomes incredibly important.
Well, and I kind of assess it to where everything off the green is one thing, and everything on the green is something else.
There you go. Bueno.
That's a tough putt. Well, so that putt was like insanely fast from where I was, but at the end of the day, it's looking at 8 feet to try and seal the deal on this thing. Let's just make a putt. Gotta be positive. I never picked the ball up out of the hole and had mud on it. Alright guys, so obviously had to make a clutch putt there at the very end to save a par. Being above the hole in that scenario was not a great ideal spot, as there was no way to stop the golf ball. But that being said, hopefully y'all have taken away some awesome nuggets from the coach. We talked a lot about great strategy and planning and processes that you can adapt to a golf course. In general, we just talked about it in one hole. Coach Will, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, no, I think just the idea of understanding that your mental strategy going into each hole and being able to carry it with you is just as important as the technical work. Is you want to make sure that you are mentally prepared so that you can swing your best when it matters the most, so you can make clutch putts like Coach Matt did.
Let the wind die out for a second. Oh, stop blowing. Come on. Wind's miserable. All right.
Okay.
Exactly, right? And preparation is not bringing your six-pack to the golf course, right? So it's actually planning the golf course. A lot of these tips you can do online at home on Google Maps when you haven't played a golf course before. If you have your own golf course you play all the time, I challenge you to rethink about your strategy, and if you need to reassess how you approach each hole before you go play. With that, Coach Will, Coach Matt, we're out. I'll tag his info below. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram, and wish him luck as he tries to coach what we call a sport in ultimate frisbee. Out.
Go Cats.